Hello everyone, welcome to today's yoga session. So the emphasis today is on a gentle morning warm-up sequence. So take your time with it, ease yourself into the day, and we'll go straight into it. So if you come into the child's pose, open your knees to the width of your mat, bring your big toes together on the floor behind you, sit down onto your heels. Stretch your hands out in front and drop your forehead onto the floor. So just ease yourself into the posture. Close your eyes and your lips. Bring your attention to your breathing, to the base of your nose. Inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils. Breathe in through the nostrils, fill the belly, the upper body, and even up into the armpits. Pressing the palms into the floor, and then as you exhale, allowing your hips to let go, your sit bones to drop towards your heels. As always, the emphasis with the exhalation is releasing the breath completely, so you feel the effect in your body. As you exhale, you begin to experience that sense of letting go. You're letting go of any holding or tension, and also letting go of the thoughts that are coming into your mind. They're just a distraction at this point. Let them go. Don't dwell on them. Bring your attention back to your breath. Use the breath for your practice. Direct the breath into your body to energize the body for your practice. There's another breath or two now, letting go into the posture. And then slowly coming back up. Okay, bring your knees back together, sit onto the backs of your legs, interlock your fingers, and then inhale, press the arms up, exhale, hold, inhale, press up, exhale, hold, inhale, press up, and exhaling, then bring the hands back onto the floor in front of you. So the wrists are directly below your shoulders, knees directly below your hips, and your toes are turned in. Drop your lower back. Lift your butt and chin as you inhale, look up through the eyebrows, exhaling, pull in the hips and the head, arch the back, look to the navel. And away you go, gently warming up your spine. Stay connected with the breath all the time. Inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils. One more time. And then back up to center. Once again, turn your toes down, sit onto the backs of your legs, arms by your side. Drop your forehead onto the floor. Relax in the child's pose once more. Inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils. Keeping your chin tucked in, slowly unravel back up, interlock your fingers behind your back, and then press your knuckles down towards your feet, open the chest, lift your chest, your chin, your eyebrows look up. So shoulder blades together, pressing your knuckles towards the floor, chin lifted. Inhaling, then come back up, come forward, bring the crown of the head onto the floor, lift your butt up, bring your arms up and over as far as is comfortable for you. Steady your breath. And exhaling, sit back down again, releasing the hands down by your side and shake them out. Back onto all fours again. Toes turned in, sit bones and chin lifted. Keep the bend in your back, lift your knees, lift your butt towards the ceiling, and we'll come into downward dog. Press the chest back, drop the head, let the head hang loose. So most people will need to keep a slight bend on the legs for the moment, but you can start alternatively stepping the feet, then pressing the heels towards the floor. Alternatively bending and straightening the legs. Working the hamstrings. Nice and easy. And then back to center. And I want you to lift your heels up as high as you can and lift your butt as high as you can towards the ceiling. Up onto your toes. Just hold for a breath and then exhaling. Press your heels towards the floor again. Drop the chest, let the head hang loose into downward dog. We'll go one more time. Once again, lift your heels, lift your butt as high as you can towards the ceiling. And exhaling then, release down one more time into downward dog. Drop down onto your knees again. Turn your toes down, sit onto the backs of the legs. And once again, shake out the wrists. Come back to your breath. Inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils. Both hands onto the floor again. Toes turned down, chin up. Okay, then lift your right knee off the floor, press the heel back towards the floor, and then rotate the heel down so your foot is flat on the floor. Right leg is straight and strong. Move your left hand about an inch or two to the left. Then inhaling, bring the right arm up, stretching up. So keep your tailbone pulled in, lower abdomen inwards and upwards. Stretch up through the tips of the fingers of your right hand and breathe. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring the right arm over into a side angle stretch. Relax the head back and look up into the palm of the right hand. Press into the outer edge of the right foot, rotating that right hip back. Opening the chest up towards the ceiling, looking up into the palm of the right hand. Stretching from the outer edge of the right foot all the way up the right side of the body through the tips of the fingers of the right hand. Exhaling then the hand and the knee back onto the floor. Bring your left hand back in. Sit bones in, chin lifted. And then lift your left knee up off the floor. Press the heel back. And then rotate the foot down onto the floor. Move your right hand an inch or two to the right, and inhaling up then with the left hand, stretch up. Once again, press the left foot into the floor, pull in the tailbone, the lower abdomen, stretch up through the tips of the fingers, look up towards the left hand. Again, if you want to go a little bit further, you can bring the left arm over into a side angle stretch, rotating that left hip back, opening the chest towards the ceiling, looking up into the palm of the left hand, stretching through the tips of the fingers. Exhaling the hand and the knee back onto the floor. Toes turned down, back into the child's pose again, forehead between the knees, round off the back. Come back to your breath, inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils, keeping your chin tucked in. Slowly unravel back up again. Onto all fours once more. Toes turned down, chin up. Inhaling then bring your left foot up to the inside of your left hand. Steady your breath, keep your chin lifted. And then turn the right toes in, lift the right knee, press the heel back, drop the hips. So just hold for a breath, release the knee down onto the floor. Turn the toes down, and then inhaling, drop the hips, stretch up and back, relax the head, look up towards the sky. Breathe into it, steady your breath. And if you want to go a bit further, you can bring the elbows down, bring the shoulder blades together as if you're crunching a nut between the shoulder blades, chest lifted. Inhaling, stretching the hands back up again. And exhaling then, I want you to bring your right elbow around the left knee. This, okay? Then if you can, bring both hands into prayer position. Open open the left shoulder, turn the head, look up towards the ceiling. So slight twist. Exhaling, then release the hands onto the floor. Turn the right toes in, lift the right knee, and step back with the left foot into downward dog again. Let the head hang loose. Steady your breath. Exhaling down onto the knees again. Inhaling, bring the right foot up to the inside of the right hand. Lift the left knee, press the heel back, drop the hips, chin up. Hold for a breath. Exhaling the knee to the floor. Turn the toes down. Inhaling, drop the hips, stretch up and back. Relax the head back. Slight back bend. Stretching up through the tips of the fingers. Chest is opening. Hips dropping towards the floor. Again, if you want a little more of a stretch, you can bring the elbows down, crunching the shoulder blades together. Lifting the chest, lifting the chin, looking up. Stretching back up again. And this time then, as you exhale, bring the left elbow around the right knee. Bring the palms of the hands together if you can into prayer position. And then turn the head, look up towards the ceiling. Release the hands back onto the floor. Turn the left toes in. Lift the left knee and step back with the right foot. Bend the knees a little bit, lift the sit bones and press back into downward dog. Inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils. Good. Inhaling, then lift the chest and head and bring the right leg onto the floor diagonally. So the right knee comes up beside your right wrist and your right foot is directly below your left hip. Turn your left toes down, stretch the left leg back, and then come down onto your elbows. Relax your shoulders, or if you're comfortable, you can go a little bit further and bring your forehead onto the floor, stretching the hands out in front. And if this is too much, don't bother with it. Okay? The main thing is that you keep the hips symmetrical and allow yourself to let go into this posture. So we're going to hold this for about 5 or 10 breaths. So just work the breath. Watch the effect it has on your body. Let the exhalation go completely. Give your body permission to let go. Trust your breath. And you will ease into the posture safely. Okay, and then slowly come back up and bring your hands back either side of the right knee. If you can, come up onto the tips of your fingers. Let your hips drop towards the floor. Inhaling, then lift your chest, your chin, your eyebrows. Look up. So keep the chin lifted all the time. Even as you exhale, the shoulder blades move down the back, your sit bones move towards the floor. The chin is lifted all the time. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can bend the left leg, reach back with the right hand and grab the foot. Again, this is a little bit trickier, so if it's too much, don't bother with it. Okay. So keep a slight pull on the foot, open the right shoulder, turn the head, look back. Release the foot back onto the floor. Turn the toes in, lift the knee, and gently step back with the right foot. Release back into downward dog. Again, pedal the feet a little bit, releasing the legs. And the other side then. Lift the chin as you inhale, bring the left leg onto the floor. So the left knee is beside your left wrist, your left foot is directly below your right hip. Drop down onto the right knee, turn the toes down. Once again, come down onto the elbows, or if you're comfortable, you can place your forehead on the floor and stretch the hands out in front. Again, keep your hips symmetrical. Don't allow yourself to roll over onto your left sit bone. And once you're comfortable, come back to your breath. Watch the effect that your breath has on your body, letting go. So there's no striving, there's no violence in the body. There's just that trusting the breath, letting the body surrender into the posture with every exhalation. So keep it soft, keep it smooth and gentle. No exertion. And then gently we'll come back up. Bring the hands back again either side of the left knee. Relax the hips towards the floor. Inhaling, lift the chest, the chin, the eyebrows, look up. So the chin is lifted all the time. Even as you exhale, the shoulder blades and the sit bones drop towards the floor. So there's a slight back bend here. Once again, if you want to go a little bit further, you can bend the right leg, reach back with the left hand, grab the foot or the ankle, keep the hips dropping, open the left shoulder, turn the head, look back over the left shoulder. Again, if this is too much, don't bother with it. Slowly release the foot and the hand back onto the floor. Turn the right toes in, lift the right knee, and step back with the left foot. Once again, bend the knees a little bit, lift your butt towards the ceiling, and press back into downward dog. Good. Then drop down onto your knees again, turn your toes down, drop down onto your hips, and down onto your elbows. Okay, palms of the hands are flat on the floor. Okay. So this time then I want you to cross your arms over like this, and then the palms of the hands are up towards the ceiling. And then just slide your arms all the way through as far as you can possibly go. So your arms are pretty much right angles to your spine. Okay? Your hips are in contact with the floor, your heels are flopping out to the side, and then just rest your chin on your upper arm. So this is a terrific stretch for opening up the shoulder blades, helping to open up the lungs, facilitating better breathing. Again, there's no striving in this posture. Focus on your exhalation. Focus on your body letting go when you do exhale. So it's a trusting that your breath will allow you to ease into the posture at your own pace. Breathing into the belly. Now before we come out of this posture, I just want you to make a note of which arm your chin is resting on, because we're going to be doing this again with the opposite arm in front. Okay? So just make a note of which arm your chin is resting on, and then when you're ready, slowly then come back up, switch the arms, and stretch out again. Once again as far as you can, and let your chin rest on the upper arm, the opposite to the previous one. And we'll repeat the posture. Again, let your heels flop out to the side. Close your eyes, breathe into the stomach. Allow the body to let go as you exhale. So again, this opening up shoulders, shoulder blades, upper arms, Breathing deep into the rib cage, the upper body, filling the body with the breath, and the belly pressing against the floor. Exhaling, just let the breath go completely. Feel the body surrendering into the floor. Okay, nice and easy then. Come back. Bring your arms down along by the side of your body. Lie on the left cheek of your face. Let your heels flop out to the side. Relax for a moment. Okay, so the next one we're going is a bit of a back bend. It's the cobra. So place your forehead on the floor. Bring your feet back together. Bring your hands onto the floor directly below your shoulders with the elbows tucked in. So press your pelvis against the floor, press your toes against the floor, the fronts of your feet. Now this one, we're going to be lifting from the lower back, so it's not a push-up with the hands, okay? So inhaling, push your pelvis against the floor. Inhaling, lift the chest, the chin, the eyebrows look up. Roll your shoulder blades back down. Press your big toes against the floor. Lips are closed, look up through the eyebrows. And then lift your hands off the floor, index fingers and thumbs touching. So the shoulder blades are rolling down the back, chest and chin is lifted, pelvis pressed against the floor, toes, fronts of your feet against the floor. Steady your breath, and we'll release down. Lie on the right cheek of your face, let your arms down by your side, and let your heels flop out to the side. And breathe. And we're going to repeat that, and we're going to add on a bit as well if it's something you want to do. So once again, the hands are directly below the shoulders, elbows tucked in. Press your pelvis against the floor, press your toes, the fronts of your feet, and then inhaling, lifting from the lower back, lift the chest, the chin, the eyebrows. Okay. And then again, same, lift the hands, index fingers and thumbs touching, shoulder blades going down the back. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can bring the hands around behind, interlock the fingers, and then pull back. Keep pressing the toes against the floor, the pelvis, the chin lifted. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Exhaling, then release. Down, lie on the left cheek of the face again, arms by your side. Let your heels flop out to the side and breathe into it. So breathe into the belly pushes against the floor, restricted, moves back, massages your spine. Good. Then place your forehead on the floor, place your hands on the floor again directly below the shoulders, and nice and easy lift yourself back into a kneeling position. So your knees are about hip width apart, toes are turned in. I want you to support your lower back. Press your thumbs onto your lower back. This is a back bend. Inhaling then, move your hips forward, open the chest, shoulder blades together, lips are closed, relax your head back, and breathe. Again, when you exhale, give the body permission to let go. Just a little bit with every exhalation, at your own pace. Inhaling, then slowly come back up. Turn your toes down, sit onto the backs of the legs, arms by your side, forehead between the knees, and relax into the child's pose once more. Come back to your breath, inhaling through both nostrils, exhaling through both nostrils. And we'll do that one more time then, inhaling, keeping your chin tucked in, slowly unravel back up. Back again into a kneeling position, toes turned in. Support your lower back, and once again inhaling, hips forward,
Open the chest, shoulder blades together, relax the head back. So breathe into the posture, and as always, when you exhale, try and allow the body to let go as well. Inhaling, slowly come back up again. Turn the toes down, sit onto the backs of the legs, arms by your side, forehead between the knees, and round off the back. Breathe into the stomach, exhaling, let go. Keeping your chin tucked in, slowly unravel back up again. And we'll come back onto all fours. Toes turned in, sit bones and chin lifted. Lift your knees again, lift your sit bones, and relax into downward dog once more. Inhale, lift the chest and head, bring the right leg onto the floor diagonally again, so the right knee beside your right wrist. Okay, and then drop down onto your right sit bone and swing your left leg around to the front. Okay, so we're going to finish off now with just a gentle twist. So for this posture, if you lie down on your back, there's several different versions of this, just do whatever you can. The basic one is feet are on the floor, extend the arms out, right angles to the body, and you just let the knees drop down towards your right elbow. Keep your left shoulder blade on the floor and turn the head, look towards the left hand. If you want to go a little bit further, you can lift the feet up like this and then drop the knees down. Keeping your left shoulder blade on the floor, turn the head and look towards the left hand. Or you can rest your right hand on the left knee like this. If you want something a little more challenging, you can wrap your left leg around your right leg, drop down. Once again, rest your right hand on your left knee. Keep your left shoulder blade on the floor and look towards your left hand. So either of these, whatever is suitable for you. The main thing is that your knees are down onto the floor. Now if they don't make it to the floor, when you're practicing yourself, you could use a cushion to prop. So it's really important that you're completely relaxed, that you're not holding any tension, that you don't have the feet lifted and that kind of thing. Okay, slowly then come back up to center and exhaling down to the other side, dropping the knees towards the left, looking towards the right shoulder blade on the floor. Steady your breath, let go into the posture. Inhaling, then come back up, wrap your arms around your knees, lift your forehead up, round off the back and gently sway from side to side. Relax your head onto the floor, open your knees wider than your hips, turn the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. If you can, then reach up and grab the insides of the feet, allowing the knees to come down towards your armpits for the happy baby posture. Now if it's too much, if you can't quite reach your feet, then just bring your arms around behind like this, whatever you can manage. Whichever one you're doing then, try and get the knees down as close to your armpits as you can, the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, and then gently sway from side to side. Nice and easy. Okay. And then release the feet back down onto the floor, stretch the legs out and shake them out. Okay, so I would encourage you to do a 5 or 10 minute relaxation at this stage. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you would like to. Hit the button there, and hopefully we'll see you soon again. And do practice a little often. Thank you. Take care.